All right, so we worked on a couple different things. We changed your setup, and even that's a start because with the elbow already partly forward, you promote getting in the ball and swing early. Okay, so even just the setup change, which your body doesn't really even care about that. I mean, you didn't really. It might have felt weird at the start, but you're doing it now, and you don't even think about it. Oops. If I pull up one on the right here, we can go back so you can see it. And you can kind of just see how mature it is behind your elbow. We lowered the ball on the left, and when you lowered the ball, the elbow came back. Okay. And if we go to the first step on the right, this is when you came in. There's a lot of ball motion. Well, I should say arm motion, which is attached to the ball. And see, even right there, you start moving your elbow before you even move your left foot. And then the elbow clears the side on step one. On the left, let's just see what happens on step one here. And to be honest, I don't remember what we worked on this job. We'll find out as we look at the video, probably. Probably working out a little bit later push. Okay. And the good thing is your first step didn't fight you at all. Okay. If anything, it's even smaller, which I kind of like. Okay. The bigger or slower the first step gets, the more time you have to push early. Okay. But you can see as you push later, you didn't have time for a big push. So your body didn't make you have a big push. Even there, I got the feeling saying, look how much you're reaching out on the right. That's forceful to lock with a weight in your hand. That's why your shoulders are pulled forward. And what can sensation-wise, you feel like you're getting over too soon. That's because you're out and down brings your body over. That's a good change in body position without working on body position, which tells you the body position is not the issue. When something corrects itself, it was a result, not a problem. Okay. So even there, a big difference over the ball is. Now you can see on the left, step two, trying to get bigger to try to give you time to be early, right? So you didn't push as early. Okay. But even there, you look taller on the left. You're not over as far because you're not as early. Okay. So if we watch this one, this is when you thought about a later push. Right? And it's to be expected that the footwork will try to fight you. Okay. So then we did one on footwork. And that's where I said, just crazy small step two. And you remember how crappy that shot felt. Because that was the one that we completely changed your ball position on step three, and step two for that matter. Okay. Ideally, on step two, what I want to see with you is kind of draw this. I warn you, I'm not an artist. The elbow should be just toward the front of your side. The rest of the arm would be kind of in that position there. You wouldn't have a broken arm like I drew, though. So the center of the ball, and maybe belt level or a hair below the belt, even upper thigh. And see, we got you late on that one, which is kind of the intent to make your body feel something it's never felt before. So then it's like, I don't know what to do. And that's your job to step in. I'll tell you how to do it. Okay. So we got you later than I want you on three. On step three, I would want the center of the ball more like maybe upper butt cheek. Okay. So I made you later than I wanted. And that's why step four is going to get bigger and slower to give you time to finish your backswing. There's definitely no down motion on four, though. Okay. Still just a hair early coming through. Not as early. That was a lot more parallel than when you came in. Okay. And the foot did stop a little bit better as the ball came through. Okay. And your balance was fine, which is impressive because I know how crappy that felt. Right. That was actually hard to go through your shot. Yeah. And we talked about that's important to go through your shot no matter how crappy it feels. If you stop, your muscles win. Right. And you've got to make it very clear who's the boss. It's not your muscles. Okay. So sometimes when you practice, it's not a bad drill to intentionally make yourself way later than you want, just so your muscles feel something they don't really know what to do with. Okay? So you can even feel like, okay, I'm going to push on two, but I'm going to keep it above my waist way longer. You know, so as a drill, you could even make yourself, like on step three, have it more below your shoulder. On three. Just exaggerate. Exaggerate. So push on 2, but it's gonna feel like if the ball stays up above your waist in step 3, it probably wouldn't.
Right.
But you'd be even later. And see, I try to almost exaggerate twice past what we want. When you came in, your ball was head high on this step. Okay. So I'm gonna draw a little circle there. That's about where your ball was when you came in. Okay. If you could actually do a couple practice shots where you got the ball more here, that's obviously late. Well, the midpoint is kind of where we want it. So if you do this and your body will hate you for doing it, will hate me for suggesting it, and it will feel like absolute crap.
Right.
You do that a couple times and your body will hate it. Well, then maybe it'll give you this position and say, oh, thank you. I'll give you that. Don't make me do that other thing.
Right.
So it's kind of weird logic, but it actually works. Okay, if you can go past where you want and then back off a hair. Okay. But you can see in a video what you thought about. You thought about a crazy small tube. You had a pretty small tube. Even that takes way more brain work than you think it would. Okay. Well, we did some more. This one here kind of went back to the push away. And you see how step 2 reacted. And that's so important for you to understand how your body's going to try to fight you back. And muscles have lots of different tricks. And I've told you pretty much all of them.
Right.
So even this one, step 1 got a little bit bigger because you were trying to push late. But 2 definitely got bigger. Okay. We did this one here, I had you focus on quickest tempo of kind of 3-4 you can make. So 2-3-4 we're supposed to feel quick, especially 3-4, like exaggerating how quick. Now, as you watch this, as you're watching at home, this is going to look pretty much real-time motion. We're watching, it looks kind of slow. I'm going to bump ours up to real-time motion. So on the video you're watching, if it looks like you're freakishly fast, you really weren't. It's just like into the software. But that was more fluid through the middle steps. They gave the ball a little bit less time to be early. And your finish was fine. I mean, that's a great finish. Even better than when you came in. Right? It wasn't bad when you came in. And you see your swing, it didn't go as high. You didn't have as much time with quicker feet. But ball speed comes from momentum. If you walk really slowly, how do you have ball speed? Right now. Okay? So kind of the goal is when you go home, you keep working on this, and then have somebody say, God, you're throwing it great, but wow, you look fast. Say thank you. Okay? And think back to all the times people said slow your feet down. It was never when you were scoring well. So they're basing your motion off of your score, not off of your motion. Okay. Now, if we watch when you came in, and again, we're watching real-time motion, it's probably quite fast. That middle footwork there was kind of slow. And then imagine you don't score, you don't slow down. That was already too slow.
Right.
Knock the speed down again so it plays more normally for you. But this is the one you thought about quicker footwork. Now, step 2, you can see step 2 is still kind of big. And keep in mind, a straight line ends up being shorter than a diagonal line. And your step 2 is kind of overcrossing. So it's even bigger than it looks like from the side because it went a little diagonal. Okay. Now, this one here, I said small 2-3-4. That was your only thought? Small 2-3-4. That's pretty normal footwork right there. We want kind of 2 and 3. I want almost like natural size strides. 4 should be just a little bit shorter and quicker. That's exactly what you need. Now, to you, it probably felt like Flintstone steps. That looks normal. And that's where you can watch it like it's not you. And same thing, you weren't as early, so you didn't have as big a push. You didn't have as big a swing.
Okay.
Ball speed, if anything, has come up.
Right.
And I'm pretty good at looking at ball speed without having a computer on. Just because I get to see numbers to 100th of a mile an hour every day.
Right.
Based on visual. Okay. But that's a much, much better one. And see already, it's not like the backswing's not getting as steep and you're not lifting it as much. All this stuff is smoothing itself out. Okay. All right, does everything make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, good. Stop recording.